So we are calculating mass percent of an element in a compound. So what's the formula? Mass percent of that particular element is mass of that element in a compound divided by mass of compound and times 100. So I'm going to give you an example. For iron in iron 3 oxide. So iron 3 oxide formula is Fe2O3. We need to find mass percent of iron, Fe2. Alright, so let's apply this formula, mass percent. The same formula to find iron. Now there is a 2 numbers of iron, so we can write 2. The formula mass of iron 55.85 gram. You can find this number from the periodic table, atomic mass. Divide by mass of the compound. We know that 2 is the iron, 55.85 atomic mass, plus 3 oxygen. We have 16 grams of oxygen atomic mass. We add them together, so you get about, let's see, first 2 times 55, which is going to be around 111.70 grams, divide by 159.70 gram, and again you need to multiply by 100. See, multiply by 100 here, you have to multiply by 100 here. Let me rewrite that. We need to multiply by 100, and when you calculate you get 69.94%. So you can calculate mass percent of iron in iron 3 oxide. Okay, sometimes many compounds are given, and let's say you have to rank them from least to highest of the upper mass percent of oxygen in that compound, so that way you can calculate it. Okay, I'm going to give you one more example on calculating mass percent. For example, let's say we have 100 grams of sample. We have 100 grams of samples. Of each of the following. We have H2O, N2O, C3H6O2, and CO2. We need to rank them from highest to lowest percent of oxygen by mass. Oxygen by mass. So that means you need to find oxygen in each of these compounds, mass percent of oxygen, and then rank them from highest to lowest. So let's say for H2O, mass percent of oxygen in H2O. We know that 16 grams of oxygen, and for H2O 18 grams times 100, and that way you can calculate. You can calculate same other elements following those formula and rank them from highest to lowest. What we got when we rank them: for H2O, when you calculate, you got 88 88.81%. So when you calculate it, you got 88.81%. Similar way, I want you guys to calculate for all other compounds. Alright, and when we rank them, we get H2O is the highest, CO2 next highest, C3H6O2, and N2O is the lowest. Okay, so I want you guys to calculate for each compound and verify the answer, that are we calculating right.
Where are you getting this?